Hello, my name is Chantel Bacchus, and I will be interviewing Colas Arab. When were you, and where were you born?
Okay, well, first of all, let me say hello and thank you so very much for giving me an opportunity to talk about, more importantly, this great institution, the University, Texas Southern University. Again, my name is Corliss Arab. I was born in Galveston, Texas, little island right down the street. Normally, I don't give my date of birth because once I give my date of birth, you're going to be like, wow, you're old. I was born September the 5th, 1952, on my grandmother's birthday.
Okay. What made you pick Texas Southern University?
Well, first of all, I transferred from Lamar University, and I was away from home and decided that I wanted to get a little closer to home. And the closest university to Galveston was, of course, Texas Southern University. And I had heard great things about the institution and often wondered why did I decide to go to Lamar University when I should have decided to go to Texas Southern University from the get-go. But it was an excellent decision made to transfer to TSU, and I never regretted it, not one time. And it was definitely a very rewarding experience.
Okay. What did you study at Texas Southern University?
Majored in social work and minored in sociology, and my master's is in sociology.
What is one of your greatest memories that you've had being at Texas Southern University?
Oh, that's really easy. My greatest memories are the wonderful professors, including the staff members and mentors that poured into my life, helped empower me and prepare me to not only academic success but lifelong success. At Lamar University, I was more of a number. At Texas Southern University, I became a student, and a student where faculty members and staff members sort of like adopted me as their daughter, so they kept looking out for me. And I enjoyed every second of it. I'm almost certain that they saw me more than they wanted to see me because I was excited about having someone that cared about whether or not I would be successful. And that's what this institution offered and still does today.
I honestly feel the same way as well. Do you think HBCUs are important? Why or why not?
I absolutely think HBCUs are extremely important. I think it's important to know your history. You can't appreciate your presence nor look forward to your future unless you fully understand your history. And being a part of an HBCU gives you that history. So I think it's an advantage for students as African Americans to take advantage, of course, saying that twice, of an institution as great as this institution. And I don't say that just because I'm a graduate and just because I'm employed here, but I say that because it's coming from the heart. That's what I learned because of this institution.
Okay. This question is for me and for some of my students that we've been asking. What advice would you give us as students going attending Texas Southern University?
Well, the first thing I would say is to stay purpose driven. Hopefully, students come with that in mind. To be purpose driven, make certain that you're determined and committed to reaching your goals in life. And with that determination and commitment, you're going to go to class. You're going to avoid drama because, as Director of Judicial Affairs, that means I see students that violate the student code of conduct. You want to be so purpose driven that you do not allow those outside forces to affect what you're trying to do. Your inner strength has to always be far greater than those outside forces, because you're going to have some people that may not be as purpose driven as you are, and then you can be kind of pulled to their side if you don't have that real commitment and dedication that you need.
Do y'all offer some of these help or an advice on campus here?
Oh yeah, we have a wonderful counseling center. So we encourage students that, first time for me, I was a first generation college student. So it was my first time away from home. I'm the baby of the family. So for me, it was like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? This is really what I wanted, but I was missing home so much. And it was good to know that I could go to professors, I could go to a staff person in the registrar's office that I had connected with, or I could go over to the counseling center and just sit down and talk about what I was going through. So I think the counseling center is a wonderful place for students to go to, and it's located in the health services. Also, I think it's important that students have mentors.
Okay.
Fortunately for me, I was able to grab hold to someone that cared enough for me within sociology, social work, and psychology that mentored me, and not only as a transfer student, but throughout college, throughout the graduate program, and even here today. Some of them have retired, some of them are still here, and they're still looking out for my best interests. So having someone to mentor you and take advantage, when you do have a person that wants to mentor you, take advantage of that. Don't let them have to hunt you down. You go to them, because then that's how you develop and grow.
Excellent. Describe campus life then and now, like your viewpoints on it. Do you think it's changed since you've attended Texas Southern University? Is it positive or negative? How do you feel about campus life?
Wow, I'm not going to say it's negative. Although I'm a judicial officer, director of judicial affairs, so I see a lot of students. But fortunately, there are more students. Very fortunately, there are more students that are purpose driven. I would be troubled if I had to say, unfortunately, we have more students that's being seen in my office. So thank God that's not the case. As far as campus life, of course, it's changed, because back in the day, back in my time, way back in the day, we didn't have as much activities as we have today. So for us, we were like just happy to walk down the Frenches and come back to our dormitory. We're like, oh, okay, that's good. And basketball games and football games, but of course, you guys have a lot more activities than we had. So I think it's all positive. Again, we have more students that are about the business of getting a college degree instead of the business of being caught up in drama.
Okay.
And poor choices.
What does racism mean to you?
Racism to me means that someone is giving you an injustice. They're treating you less than what you are. They're making you feel like you're not to be a part of who they are, or what they have, or where they can go. That's what it is to me. And fortunately, we deal with that even today, but not as boldly as it was back in the day. But I am blessed to say that in my time, growing up as a young lady and as a college student, I never really witnessed it with my parents. So that's why I say I'm really blessed. If there was racism that my parents encountered, I never knew anything about it, because we were really, really blessed. There was not a day that I really didn't see my dad struggle or my mother struggle. They got up, they went to work, they came home, my mother cooked. We sat down as a family every day at the dinner table. There was no such thing as I'm eating in my room and my daddy at the dining room table and my mom was in the kitchen eating. We all sat down as a family and discussed what happened that day. But that's what it is to me. And again, we still experience that today. I'm sure you know that.
Yes, ma'am. Do you think, based on your foundation that your parents instilled on you, that's why you have the morals and values today?
Absolutely, positively, unequivocally, I am sure of the fact that is why. My parents preached, you can be the best you can be, but those are choices that you make. You have to make the right choices. I know some people will probably say, oh, that's old school. My parents did not go to church and leave us at home, or send us to church and they stayed at home. We did everything as a family. We got up, even with my brother and I, even as we became teenagers, we were like, oh, do we really have to go? But my daddy was a pastor.
Okay.
So I'm a preacher's kid. So yeah, you going. Oh, well, Daddy, I have homework, and I need to stay at home and do my homework. You can do your homework at the church. You sit on the back row, do your homework, but you going to church. So all that they drilled in my brother and I, and they just taught us how to have good morals. They gave us good standards. You know, they every day. My parents are now in heaven, and I know you're probably saying, "Oh, she's answering this question, making this question longer, giving me an answer longer than it needs to be." But today, my parents are in heaven. But there's not a day go by that I don't recall the love that they gave me every day of my life, the support they gave me every day of my life, and the sacrifices that they made so that I could always have the best. And I love them and miss them every day. But it's because of them. And of course, to God be the glory, I am who I am and where I am today.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
No problem. Last question. Do you think it is important for African American kids and students to choose HBCUs to attend? Why or why not?
Well, I have to say it like this. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. The primary goal should be to get an education. I'm not going to tell students where to go.
Okay.
I would rather say to them, get an education. But if you have an opportunity to go to an HBCU, take advantage of that opportunity. Because again, you will learn your history. You will appreciate your history because you'll know it. And number two, you will have professors, staff members, and fellow students that will care enough for you to do everything they can to help you get to the next level, where you may not find that anywhere else. And I did say you may not find that anywhere else.
Thank you so much again for letting me interview you.
Well, thank you so very much. It's certainly my honor, my pleasure, and may God bless you on your journey. And welcome to the institution of the greatest, Texas Southern University.
Thank you.